Hey guys, hope everyone's doing great. I just want to do a little bit of a follow-up video because I was just thinking about the first chapter I read of Genesis, Genesis, first one, chapters 1, 2, 3, and there's for those of you who listen to it, the serpent, or who is familiar with the Bible, we know that the serpent, the snake was like, hey, eat from this, blah blah blah. And the serpent is representation of, evil, essentially bad. So I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, I've gotten better, but I remember when I was younger, I was absolutely petrified of snakes. Sorry, that's my dog. So scared. I couldn't even look at photos of snakes without quivering in my pants. And it took years and years of me really trying to work through the fear of snakes. And I'm wondering, does that have any relation to, because it's in the Bible, does that have any relation to my fear of snakes? But then I'm also thinking, being spiritual, we talk about, in the spiritual community, we talk about the Kundalini, which is your awakening, which is also the snake, the serpent within, your body. So it's, in a way, it's kind of like this controversial, what's the word I'm looking for? Controversial? Yeah, I think that's a word. Yeah. Because the Kundalini, in a sense, is an awakening, which is something that's a positive thing, but it also has something to do with the snake. So I'm kind of thinking here, I'm like, huh? In spirituality, it's the serpent's kind of a good thing, with the Kundalini, but then in the Bible, the serpent's kind of a bad thing. And also in the medical field, the pharmaceuticals, the symbol has the serpent wrapped around the that staff that has, there's different images of it, but it has the wings or whatever at the top, and then there's a serpent wrapping around it. So, and for those of you who don't know, the pharmaceuticals, all, man-made drugs, which really aren't good for our body. So, as I'm going through this transition of going back to Christianity, but then also having the knowledge of spirituality with the Kundalini, and now with the serpent being kind of a bad thing, it's I feel like I'm stuck in the middle, because the Kundalini I understand, and the serpent I understand. So how does it all tie in together? And this is what makes things a little bit confusing, I guess. If anyone has any thoughts on that, I'm just curious to know what your opinion is on that. I'm curious to know what, if you're Christian, if you've been a long time Christian, you have an explanation, explain that to me. Or if if you're spiritualist as well, and you're familiar with Kundalini and you want to tap into that, then explain that to me. But I'm trying to wrap my head around it all, because there's it seems like there's good and bad, which is obviously the duality of life. And I find it very interesting how in one section it's good and in one section it's bad. But that being said, I am no longer petrified of snakes. Do I like looking at them? No. But I have held the little guys just to get over my fear, because, I'm the type of person, I don't like being fearful. Fear is not something that we're supposed to have. So over the years, I really try to work on kind of clearing that fear out of my body. But every once in a while, when I see a photo of an anaconda or something, I'm like, I cannot handle it. And funny enough, okay, so this ring that I'm wearing here, which is a replica of a ring from the Egyptian museum, there's two serpents wrapped around it, or two snakes, right? And then I also have this other ring, which is a snake. So am I walking controversy right now? I don't know. Should I be taking these rings off, or, but I wear the snake First of all, I like the look of the ring. I get lots of compliments on this ring specifically, but this one, because it's got clear quartz crystal and lapis lazuli in the middle, it's energetically it's a ring that I like to wear for the energetic purposes. I don't really look at the snakes on it too much, but I feel like that's also a part of me, like trying to get over the fear. We don't want to be fearful, right? God doesn't want us to be fearful. So I don't know. This is kind of like where my brain's going right now. But yeah, if you have any input or insights, or if you feel the same way as me, hit a like, hit the comment, say what you gotta say. Let's talk to my baby. And yeah, let's have an open discussion. Okay. I actually forgot to add something in the previous comment I just made. The only thing we should be afraid of is God. Okay. So I know I said like, oh, we shouldn't be afraid of anything. Okay. Yeah. When it comes to like, living on earth and all this, but we should be fearful of God. That is one thing that we should be fearful of, because yeah, our creator, right? She could take us away at any freaking moment, anytime, anywhere. It doesn't matter. Your life could be over like that. So that is something to be fearful of, because you just never know. So when it comes to fear, the only thing you should fear is God. Everything else, don't worry about it. Say a prayer. Pray. Things will get better. Okay, now I'm going for real. Bye.